I'm here again with a horror movie. Today is Before I Wake. This movie is a clean stream in the horror world, because not only can it scare you, it also makes you feel warm and moved. The story begins. Our heroine Jessie Hobson and her husband Mark Hobson is in the orphanage preparing to adopt a child. The dean handed Jessie Hobson a photo, and the child in the photo is our male protagonist, Cody Morgan. It turned out to be just a few months ago. Jessie Hobson's son accidentally drowned in the bathtub. The couple also lost their reproductive function, but they also love children, so they chose to adopt. This is the day Cody Morgan arrives. The couple happily went down to greet. Cody Morgan is very sensible. Offer to shake hands with father. He also gave his belongings to his father for safekeeping. Then several people came to the living room. Cody Morgan kept staring at that photo. It's a foreshadowing. At night, Jessie Hobson came to say goodnight to Cody Morgan. After the two of them walked out, Cody Morgan got out of bed. Immediately, he took a sip of his drink. He started reading his own favorite butterfly encyclopedia. On the second day, my father came to take Cody Morgan to school. The students welcomed Cody Morgan's arrival. Even his deskmate likes him. This day, Jessie Hobson was helping Cody Morgan pack her clothes. Found the box he brought when he came. She opened the box and found a bottle of stimulants inside. It's that kind of refreshing drug. Jessie Hobson doesn't understand, but she didn't think much of it. That night Jessie Hobson found Cody Morgan. She asked Cody Morgan why he was taking it. Then Cody Morgan said he couldn't sleep. If he falls asleep, a monster will come out and eat people. He also said that his mother was eaten by this monster. But Jessie Hobson didn't believe Cody Morgan, and I told him a story, and then he left. This night. But suddenly, Mark Hobson saw a butterfly fly past him. Then he woke up Jessie Hobson. When Jessie Hobson wakes up, and the whole house was filled with beautiful butterflies, while Jessie Hobson was wondering where the butterfly came from. Mark Hobson has already gone to prepare tools to catch one. But just then, a big black morph flew into Jessie Hobson's hands, and he bit her. Mark Hobson also managed to catch one here. Just as Jessie Hobson turned to look out the door, a monster flashed behind him. When Jessie Hobson closed the door, those butterflies disappeared, for no reason. It's time to sleep. Jessie Hobson can't sleep. Then she was about to come out and pour a glass of water and drink sleeping pills, but the figure of a child appeared behind him. When she turned around, the figure is gone. Just then, the cabinet door closed by itself. This startled Jessie Hobson. When she wanted to find out, she heard a strange sound. She looked in the direction of the sound. She found her dead child, slowly emerging from the shadows. Scared Jessie Hobson, and the glass fell to the ground. But before Jessie Hobson came back to God, the child ran past her. When she chased after, but found that the child went. It's the bathtub where our son drowned. Cody Morgan is in art class today. The principal brought a child back from outside. This kid doesn't look like a good guy. It turns out that he often runs around. His grades were also at the bottom of the class. The teacher let him sit in the last row. Cody Morgan looks fierce. Don't dare to look at him. At night, Mark Hobson found out that Cody Morgan was looking at that photo again. Then he walked up to Cody Morgan. Cody Morgan asked him that, who is the little boy? Mark Hobson said it was their son. Cody Morgan asked him where he was. Jessie Hobson replied, just like his mother, went to heaven. After a while, Cody Morgan drifted off to sleep. At the same time, Mark Hobson also woke up from the sofa. Suddenly a butterfly fell into Mark Hobson's hands. He then woke up Jessie Hobson. But when Jessie Hobson turns around, she found her son standing there alive. The two felt incredible. Jessie Hobson walked over despite her husband's resistance. She ran her hand over the son she hadn't seen in years. But the son can only laugh, but can't speak. Just then, Cody Morgan wakes up, and then he disappeared. Then Cody Morgan came downstairs, saying sorry to them, picked up a can of drink and walked up. This morning, Cody Morgan told the couple that his dream would come true. Please don't be angry with them. And Jessie Hobson said they wouldn't be angry. Cody Morgan came home from school that day. Jessie Hobson said she wanted Cody Morgan to meet her son. Then Jessie Hobson picked up a CD, put it on DVD, and then Cody Morgan saw it when her son was alive. Video of spending Christmas with your parents. Jessie Hobson also emphasized her own son likes to kiss her. Let Cody Morgan see what Sean did. Smart friends have already guessed it. Why did Jessie Hobson do this? At night, Mark Hobson calls Jessie Hobson to bed. But Jessie Hobson wanted to meet her son. She would rather have a few more cups of coffee than sleep. When Jessie Hobson made the coffee, she heard Mark Hobson calling out to her. But as soon as she came out, but found a colorful Christmas tree and lots of glowing butterflies. When she turned around, and her own son ran down the stairs, and it's the same in the video, wearing a red dress. This time is different from last time. Sean can talk, and Jessie Hobson can talk to her son. When Jessie Hobson came up to her son, just started a love kiss with Sean. Just at this moment, a flock of butterflies came together to form a monster. When the monster came to Cody Morgan's room, lying in Cody Morgan's ear, say something to Cody Morgan, I will always be by your side. And then Cody Morgan woke up, and Jessie Hobson watches her son disappear, and she was upset. The next day, Mark Hobson came home, and found Sean's pictures all over the wall. At night, Jessie Hobson says Cody Morgan needs to sleep, and Mark Hobson asked if she cared about Cody Morgan or for her own son Sean. He also said that the thing was not his son at all. But Jessie Hobson is still obsessed. She doesn't go to sleep. Mark Hobson is angry. She went straight over and took down all the pictures of her son. This morning, Cody Morgan happily bringing his own butterfly to school. He saw Annie greeting him, but suddenly, Tate smashed the bottle with a slap. Cody Morgan is angry, just pushed Tate down, and Annie walked in with Cody Morgan. After a while, Cody Morgan fell asleep during class. He knows what happens when he falls asleep. Then he pinched himself hard with his hands. Teacher sees Cody Morgan unwell. Let Cody Morgan go to the lounge to rest. But Cody Morgan turned around and saw Tate. He begged the teacher if he could rest in the classroom. The teacher agreed. After the teacher leaves, Cody Morgan is so sleepy, lying on the table and falling asleep. Just at this moment, Tate wants to come in and teach Cody Morgan a lesson. When he turned around, a monster was standing right in front of him, and Annie is back. He was taken aback by the monster. Then the monster got up and ran towards Tate, and Annie was so scared that she screamed out loud. Cody Morgan woke up to the screams, but Tate disappeared. Wait until Cody Morgan is out of school. Cody Morgan knows he's in trouble. He looked at the police car at the door, hastily shouting Jessie Hobson, "Go home at night." Cody Morgan is reading his book. He suddenly heard a voice. Then he picked up the flashlight and shone it under the bed, but found nothing. Just when you think it's all right, he saw Tate's ghost. And Jessie Hobson also found an anomaly here. She sees her son. Mouth keeps repeating a word. When Cody Morgan hasn't recovered, all of a sudden, Cody Morgan keeps repeating, "I'm awake, I'm awake." And then Tate disappeared. Jessie Hobson also heard Cody Morgan scream at this moment. She found out that Cody Morgan was having nightmares. Then he placated Cody Morgan. This is the day Jessie Hobson found the doctor. She told the doctor her own child has not slept for 2 days. The doctor prescribed him a box of sleeping pills. The other side, Mark Hobson just got back from the street with Cody Morgan. He found 2 police officers waiting for him at the door. When Cody Morgan saw the police, guilt was written all over his face. Turns out the police are here to ask about Tate's disappearance, and Cody Morgan is the only eyewitness. At night, Jessie Hobson put sleeping pills in Cody Morgan's dinner. Then it was served, and he even left the milk with sleeping pills for Cody Morgan. Finally, the 2 of them started eating. After a while, Mark Hobson told Cody Morgan a story. Cody Morgan just fell asleep. Then Mark Hobson went downstairs. He's going to convince Jessie Hobson to accept Cody Morgan as a child. Stop living in a virtual world. After being persuaded by Mark Hobson, Jessie Hobson also accepted this reality. Just as the 2 were about to go to bed, their son Sean appeared behind them, and Sean has a big box in front of him. Then Jessie Hobson went over and crouched on the ground. When Jessie Hobson called out Sean's name, Sean opened his mouth, spouted a lot of black water, then a few black moths crawled out of their mouths. Mark Hobson is in trouble. Run upstairs immediately, ready to wake up Cody Morgan. But because Cody Morgan took sleeping pills, he can't wake up no matter what he calls. And Jessie Hobson, a pair of large hands reached out of the box. Then a monster slowly stood up. Then countless black moths spat out of his mouth. Then he quickly ran upstairs. He told Mark Hobson to stop barking. Cody Morgan needs some sleep. Jessie Hobson saw the monster coming, closed the door immediately. But monsters are powerful, and it blew the door apart. Mark Hobson saw this, immediately got up and beat the monster. But monsters are monsters after all. Mark Hobson died quickly. Then the monster slapped Jessie Hobson and knocked him out. The next day, Jessie Hobson was awakened by Cody Morgan's voice. Then the police arrived. They told Jessie Hobson, Cody Morgan is going to be sent to welfare because they're in Cody Morgan's milk. Sleeping pills were discovered. Also asked some questions about Mark Hobson, and then he took Cody Morgan away. And Jessie Hobson comes into the room, looking at her husband's clothes, shed tears of remorse. And the next day, Jessie Hobson found the orphanage staff. She wants to ask something about Cody Morgan, but the staff gave her one psychologist's business card and warned him not to come again. Just when Jessie Hobson left, she took the Cody Morgan file. It turns out that Cody Morgan was adopted by many families, but a lot of these families disappeared. And then she saw that there was another man who wasn't missing. She just followed the ground above. The address was found, and found the man. This person told her, when they first adopted Cody Morgan, as happy as Jessie Hobson, they feel like Cody Morgan is an angel. But the good times didn't last long. The hostess fell ill one day. Cody Morgan was in a very bad mood after seeing it. At night, Cody Morgan had nightmares. He let the nightmare out. Then the monster walks up to the mistress. That's all. This man saw his wife with his own eyes, killed. But men can't accept reality. Take out a lot of previous photos of my daughter-in-law. Just show it to Cody Morgan. Cody Morgan is asleep, but the man found out this wife is not his wife. because Cody Morgan was too young at the time. He couldn't even remember what his wife looked like. This makes men hate Cody Morgan very much. He took advantage of Cody Morgan's sleep, got a gun ready to kill Cody Morgan, but in the end, he couldn't do it. Then Jessie Hobson asked him, does he know about Cody Morgan's biological mother? The man said he only knew that his mother was dead, but they don't know exactly how she died. The next day, Jessie Hobson arrived at a hospital. She came to find Cody Morgan's mother's file. The doctor told her, this file can be taken away, but Jessie Hobson is in the file, but found personal belongings left behind by the patient. Then Jessie Hobson came to the warehouse, threw the information in the file. She found those personal belongings. She opened the bag, found a pair of shoes inside, and an oversized butterfly doll, and there is a diary. On the other hand, the hospital staff is courting death again. They're going to sedate Cody Morgan. Then Cody Morgan fell asleep. There are also many big black moths coming out of the room. The camera turns. Jessie Hobson has come downstairs to the orphanage. When he was about to go upstairs, a bunch of bats flew out. That's when she knew Cody Morgan was dreaming again. When she came to the door, she found someone. It's like being wrapped in a butterfly's cocoon, and the people inside are still alive. She opened the door and went in, but not 2 steps. She heard Sean calling himself. Then he looked into the room, found a bathtub. Just as she turned to leave, all the water in the bathtub turned to blood. She turns around, startled by Tate's ghost. Then she saw her own son, looking at her with deep eyes. Then she simulated the scene of drowning. Jessie Hobson saw it. She finally got over it. She knew it wasn't her son, and he walked away without looking back. As soon as she went out, she saw a room with the door open. She saw Cody Morgan sitting inside watching TV. She called out, Cody Morgan can come out. But a woman just like her. This woman walks over. Cody Morgan became Sean. Then look at Jessie Hobson. And Mark Hobson also got out at this time. There's a cockroach in the eye. Jessie Hobson saw this and immediately closed the door. When Jessie Hobson came down the hallway, she found a lot of things that resembled pupae, and it's full of living people. Then she remembered, Cody Morgan once said something, keep them safe, until it develops into a butterfly. Then Jessie Hobson came to Cody Morgan's bedroom door. When Jessie Hobson opened the door, spotted Cody Morgan asleep. Just at this moment, a pair of big hands threw Jessie Hobson flying. It was the monster. When the monster rushed towards Jessie Hobson took out the butterfly doll. When the monster saw the doll, it stopped. Then Jessie Hobson hugged the monster, and the monster slowly turned into Cody Morgan, then disappeared. Jessie Hobson goes into the bedroom, put the doll on Cody Morgan's chest, walked out with Cody Morgan, and to Cody Morgan, say let them go. And then the magic happened. Those things are all gone. The big black moth also turned into a beautiful butterfly. The next day, Jessie Hobson told the story about Cody Morgan's mother. Told Cody Morgan. It turns out that Cody Morgan's mother loves her very much. When Cody Morgan was a baby, she knew her son had superpowers. She knew that Cody Morgan's abilities would never be understood, but she still loves him deeply. The mother later found out that she had cancer. She looked at young Cody Morgan. She can only find foster families. Soon the mother grew haggard and haggard. The foster parents brought her to the ward that day. Mother wants to see Cody Morgan one last time, but because the mother has changed too much, Cody Morgan doesn't even know his mother. Mother picked up Cody Morgan. She tried her best, said the words, I'll always be by your side. This is the moment. The monster in Cody Morgan's head is born. Original. The prototype of the monster is what my mother looked like on her deathbed. Then Jessie Hobson went crazy and apologized to Cody Morgan. She said she shouldn't do it for her son, and abuse Cody Morgan's powers. At night, Cody Morgan can't sleep because of remorse. So Jessie Hobson told Cody Morgan a bedtime story. Tell Cody Morgan, the classmates who bullied him. He also slowly got up from the bed, and those emotions that made the classmates sad also disappeared in his heart, and the man's wife came back. From then on, the two were happy. He also told Cody Morgan, Mark Hobson is the luckiest. He got the best gift. So the movie ends. So I sort of summarized the film. He's both thrilling and healing, about mothers of lost children and sons of lost mothers, healing each other in dream hallucinations, come out of sadness together. He's suspenseful enough for a horror movie. As a family film, it is particularly warm. A very creative movie.